grab them out the green room here real quick. Oh my.
What happened to all of our videos?
Oh boy.
You have
Here
to
we are.
Yeah, you have to redo.
Video?
You redo your video here.
Do I gotta leave?
If you want to hang out for at least the first part while I just do the giveaway quick, that you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, sure.
It's their
Hello?
it's their block. They can kick you out at any time.
Get out of
Block.
here!
Okay. Bye, guys.
Can I just comment for a moment that Bryce is just becoming actually Thor?
Hey, hold on. This is for you, Andrew.
Like, this is amazing.
Look at these pants.
Oh, the tackless pants. Oh, so good.
That's a true fan right there. I also got the camera set up for Corgi Vision.
Nice. And sleeveless.
Ahead of one. Well, yeah, Paul tried to show off a little bit, so then I said we'll go all out.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah. You know, the tattoo at least makes it look like this arm is strong, and this arm I'll sit like this.
I love this community. Kicker says, love the pants. Elf Joe says, love the pants.
So, Bryce, when does Lumineth get their Warcry warband?
Their Warcry warband?
Yeah, Warcry.
What's Warcry?
Part of the drinking game. Anytime I say it, Chad has to drink.
Okay, there you
There's
go.
also 2 Corgis behind me, so there's one's head right there.
This is the unofficial drinking game, of course. I cannot condone.
Yes, unofficial.
3, 4, 5, 6. All right, this one's pretty easy.
It's so suspenseful. Who won?
Yeah, I need to know.
Yeah.
Yep, no, got you. This one was easy because everyone used the proper donation tag.
Nice.
This time through.
Good job,
I don't have to
donators.
screen stuff. I can see it. Thank y'all so much for doing that, making my life infinitely easy. Go back to where I was.
He's leaning forward so he can show off his chair.
Oh, look at you! Look at you, Secret Lab brothers.
Hey, Secret Lab brother.
Meganosh. Meganosh, that's Josh from the. I've got your info here. Meganosh with the Akuma dwarf and the Midwest Meltdown. Midwest Meltdown. So a regular chat ganger, nice.
With that ticket, does he get a first-round grudge?
I guess he could choose if he wants one. Like, grudges coming from chat gang aren't unheard of, and chat gang grudge and chat gangs for some chat gang on chat gang crime has happened before. So, he said he stepped away for a moment for dinner, but congratulations, Meganosh. It's a sick model. I think you'll be really pleased with that. So I actually linked the PDF for the room in Discord.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to like take a specific role or take turns just reading just going around in a circle. I'll be the narrator, and then I think the best way, in case, because I didn't read ahead to see how many roles there are. I love the slight look of panic from some of the.
Well, they've already decided who I'm getting.
You guys, if you guys, this is your show. I'm just gonna sit back. If you know. Like
the question that I had is: are we reading the whole thing, or are we reading a scene?
I think we're gonna read it. I think we'll do a scene reading, and if you've got especially if you have a scene picked out. I feel like this is the type of crew that would have a scene picked out.
So I've never seen the damn thing, so we're on purpose. But so we're going with Ty. Ty, you better like pick what you think we should do. You're the director on this thing.
I feel like we should do the first scene to really set the stage, right?
Or if Chat Gang has a favorite
scene, maybe.
Yeah, Chat Gang can give us a
Jacob
scene.
Berry. Jacob Berry, are you here? He was like, I want this to happen so bad. Chat Gang, if you're familiar with the room, we'll give you a minute to mull that over. Andrew yells, I'm so jealous of the winner of your dwarf. Yeah, so new donation time. This is the Basement of Death. I'm sorry, I use them interchangeably. Plane and Slain or Basement of Death. Which one are we going with?
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
We host the Playing and Slaying podcast, but ultimately our gaming group that the podcast kind of stemmed from and at large is Basement of Death. So really it's like subsidiary, and someday we'll probably be a part of the Rage of Sigmar network, when that conglomerate swallows us up, as it
I
seems
think that
to.
the plan is to take them over, isn't it?
Well, I mean, as media giants, we hope to, but we'll have to get lawyers involved and figure that out. But Playing and Slaying is our podcast. Find us iTunes, wherever else. But whereas we are not strictly a Games Workshop Warhammer podcast, we dabble in Age of Sigmar, 40K, some role playing games, board games, whole bunch of other items of I guess you would call it geekery, hobby gaming and geekery.
Word.
Right on.
We,
No,
we talk about what we want to talk about. That's kind of the MO of the show.
Yeah. It's no. I'm a little bit of a homer. But I like what the Wisco, all the Wisconsin crew does with podcasts, and yours is. I'm a total gamer. It's a show for a total gamer. Like, I love it. You've got your Kickstarter addiction there. So I know I don't have to. Yeah. You got your Kickstarter. I think scene 1 works just fine because I counted through the roles. I see Lisa, Johnny, Mark, Claudette.
Yeah, let's do it.
Lisa, Claudette.
And should we have a narrator do the read
Andrew's going to be the narrator.
Okay.
He's going to set the scene and do the
print
action.
Yeah, I can do that part.
I think Bryce should really be Johnny, because he's been doing vocal warm ups all day.
I'm prepared to be Johnny.
I really think since Josh, you're drinking a White Claw, you need to be Lisa.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You got it.
Troy, it's up to you if you want to be Claudette or Mark, and I'll go with whatever.
I'm gonna do Claudette. I'll be Claudette.
Then all right, then I'll be Mark. This is gonna be something. I'm ready.
I feel like I'm gonna have to watch the movie after this to see how much better we did it.
No, are we? But before we dive in, are we going to do the what are we drinking segment or not?
Yeah.
We have to lead off correctly.
All right.
Yeah.
Well. All right.
It also helps explain why Josh is Lisa.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Well, when we have a bit when we're playing and slaying, it's important to stay hydrated, and we talk about what we're drinking. So I will kick it off. I've got a nice pint can of beer here called a Bottoms Up. It's a milkshake IPA from Eagle Park Brewing here in the Milwaukee area. It's one of those lactose, sugar, and vanilla brews with blood orange, tangerine, mandarin, and then lactose and vanilla. It's pretty good. Bottoms Up is the name of it.
And I'm sorry, where was that out of?
Eagle Park Brewing here in Muskego, Wisconsin, near Milwaukee.
Wow.
Nice.
How about Troy? What do you have, Troy?
I have this wonderful Playing and Slaying cooler that we got from Stu. So I'm it's a way to thank him again for giving this to us. Filled with the one people know what this is. It's the house cocktail. So acai, Van Gogh vodka, and some white monster. So
It's a little,
keep me
it's a
rock
little on
and
the
rolling.
nose. It's a little on the nose, Troy. I went hard, as in hard seltzer, and I went with the White Claw because White Claw.
What flavor do we got? Is this blackberry, the superior
this is
one?
Raspberry. This
Ooh,
is raspberry.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's gluten free, so
Yeah.
you got that.
Yeah,
right?
for all those keto diets, right? Get rid of the brain fog when you're playing Warhammer.
Indeed.
Sorry about the dog. He's about to go to bed. But I wanted to make Josh not feel so bad, so I also have a truly hard seltzer. But more importantly, been drinking Corona all night because Corona's for family, and we'll talk about that a little later in the episode after this truly wonderful experience we're about to all have.
So I want you to know real quick, chat gang, you donated for this. you made this happen. So enjoy. I'll do so I will be the narrator. Now, small content warning is suggestive more than lewd. If you haven't seen The Room, at least watch The Disaster Artist. I believe that's currently still on Netflix. It's really solid. But Act 1, Scene 1. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge, sunrise behind the bay. Then, an external shot of an apartment building south of Market Street. There's a shot of a window of the room. It is furnished simply. As we pan across the room, we see a man and a woman asleep and partially naked. Nice. The alarm clock rings. The man reaches to the clock and turns it off. He sleepily arouses and puts on his shorts and walks slowly to the bathroom. He closes the door, pan back to the woman waking up. The man comes out of the bathroom and smiles tenderly at her. Lisa.
I'm not a slave here, am I?
Did you like last night?
Yes, I did. What time do you have to be there?
He pulls a suit from the closet and throws it on the bed and starts dressing.
Where's my coffee?
She gets out of the bed and puts on a revealing gown and goes to the kitchen.
What time do you have to be there?
He is yelling.
I told you many times, 9:30. I have a promotion to think about.
Promotion. That's all I hear about. Here's your coffee and your English muffin, and burn your mouth.
He sits down at the table, drinking and eating.
Old man Donkey lets me know today. I have to think about our future.
Well, at least I don't have a promotion to think about.
You have too much competition in the computer field.
I can handle it. You worry about yourself.
You sound like we have separate lives. We will be married next month, Lisa.
Yeah, well...
He stands up.
Thank you for breakfast. See you later.
He kisses her on the cheek and leaves. Lisa walks to the phone and dials a number.
Hi, Mom. How are you doing?
Claudette is talking on the other phone.
I'm fine. What's happening with you?
Nothing much.
What's wrong? Tell me.
Not feeling good today.
Why not?
I don't think I want to get married.
Claudette raises her voice.
Why not?
I don't love him anymore.
Why not? Tell me why.
He's boring.
Well, you've said you've known him for over 5 years. You're engaged. You said you loved him. You should reconsider. He supports you. He provides for you. And you can't support yourself. He's a good guy and he loves you very much. His income is very secure and he told me he wants to buy you a home.
That's why he's boring.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I don't mind living with him.
Can't do that. Did you tell Johnny about it?
No, I don't know what to do.
He's a very nice person. You know he's getting a promotion soon. He bought you a car, a ring, clothes, whatever you like, and now you want to dump him. It's not right. I've always thought of him as my son-in-law. You should marry him. He would be good for you.
Oh, I guess you're right about that, Mom.
Of course I'm right about my dear. I know about men. I was not born yesterday. I'm glad you listen to your mother. Nobody else listens to me. I work so hard and nobody appreciates it. I try to tell them what they should do, but they don't listen.
I guess I'll try. See you later, Mom.
Okay, take care of yourself, Lisa. Bye.
Bye, Mom.
Lisa hangs up and dials another number while she's munching on a bagel. Mark, 24, a young, handsome man with a well-trimmed beard, is in a car as he answers the call.
Hello.
Hey, baby. How are you doing?
Oh, hi. I'm very busy. How are you doing?
I just finished talking to my mother, and she just finished giving me this big lecture about how big and great Johnny is.
We'll talk about it later. As I already told you, I'm very busy.
Busy doing what? We'll talk about it now. Whenever you say we'll talk about it later, we never do. I can't wait until later. We have to talk about right now. You owe me one anyway. Remember when Johnny saved your life? Well, remember it was all because of me telling him to do it?
Okay, you win. What do you want to talk about?
She is. Whoa. She's a stupid fucking bitch. She wants to control my life. I will not put up with it anymore. She's not the boss of me, and nobody's going to tell me what to do. I'm not going to do whatever I want. That's it. What do you think I should do? I need your advice.
Why do you ask me? I mean, you've been very happy with Johnny. What do you want me to say? You should enjoy life. What's the problem?
Maybe you're right. Can I see her for coffee tomorrow?
Okay, about 12 noon.
Okay. I'll be waiting, baby. Bye.
Bye.
Lisa finishes her bagel and changes her clothes. End scene.
I've always wanted to play Josh's begrudged lover.
Oh man.
Oh,
It's
Wasn't it-
good for
good
me.
job.
That was brutal, but good job, everybody. It's like if a 4-year-old wrote a story about what they think adults are like.
Yep. That's what it felt
Yeah.
like reading it.
That was amazing. Wow, thank you both, or thank you all for
boy.
being such good sports. Disaster Artist was just catching up on Chat Gang here and some donations. Before we jump into some playing and slaying, do you guys have a topic of choice you want to go into, or? Oh no!
Thanks for not interrupting
Oh,
the
boy.
reading, Chuck.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Oh.
waiting.
I was enjoying that reading. That was wonderful. There was actually more emotion in it than I've ever seen in that.
Where are we at? So Heavy D6 donated. Next year you have to get pied, right? Brandon Terra has donated to Tiltify. We can hit 5,000. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quote the extremely goofy movie. Drew Peterson, Imitation Cheese, Andy Gray, Sajil. Thank you all so much for your $5 donations. Guy on the Gothazar Harvester, you know the one, has donated $25. Meph, you are a prince. Thank you for opening your eyes to the truth. The sip that brought you into lichdom. Thank you for being a shining beacon for our community and doing all that you do. Drink your Pepsi milk and pay your Pepsi taxes. Will do. Thank you very much. Guy on the Gothazar Harvester. We all know the one. Alex Milonas, thank you so much for that donation. Sean Benson says, "Go, go, go!" Of course, he's got a design that might end up on my forearm. So props there, Sean. Tell Bryce to open his closet of shame. Has donated $5.
Oh man,
Oh wow.
we can do that. What are we at? We get to 4,200. I'll open my closet.
There you go. 40. You've heard it here. Get to 4,200. Bryce will open the closet.
I'll open
of shame.
both closets.
Oh, there we go. Ben Weiss says donates $25. Nicholas True has donated $5 and said War Cry.
War cry.
And I scrolled down way too far. This is really finicky. I'm sorry, everybody. Andrew Yells donates $5. Says, I am going to go to bed now. See you tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for donating that really awesome Akumador. Dave donates 17. Nice. Christian Ware, $5. Brendan, thank you. Ross Polly. Bryce also beat me in my DOK at Midwest Meltdown last year. Yikes. Yeah. Actually, what you don't know, Ross, is that I'm just parading out people that beat you. That's the deep cut of what Rantcast is. But congratulations on on winning the Nurgle lot. Kicker, $5 donation. Thank you so much. Mangled Miniatures, thank you so much for that $5 donation. Just Got, G-Dead, Kyle Knapp, and Thundercake all donate $5. G-Dead says, let's go! Kyle says, let's go Nagash! And boom, boom, rattle, rattle, here comes the Thunder Cattle, says Thundercake. Nice. Oh, I like that. Good lyrics. Dusk with another $5 donation. Josh again, $30. I've got my sword and bolt gun because it's time for some playing and slaying.
Yeah.
Yes.
But don't forget your helmet. Because it is time for playing and slaying. Yeah.
Shout out to Josh in Arizona.
Yeah, there you go. Brian, KA8, thank you for the $5. E-clap saddle, $20. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Eric.
Aaron says, this is good, and you are good, and Chat Gang is good. Thank you, Aaron. You are good. Thank you for the $5. All right, Chuck. Bring the pain.
I want to punish you because you look like you enjoyed the Pepsi milk. So we're gonna double up on this one.
No. No.
So I want 20 lunges.
What are someone's got to explain what lunges to me. Is that like I do the
So-
switching?
You stand up,
Okay.
almost like you're taking a step, leg forward, knees touch the ground, back to the
Knees-
same position, switch
knees-
legs.
Just one knee.
Okay, so
Just one.
Okay. Okay.
One.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So 10 on each, 10 for each leg, 20 total.
Okay. Punish him.
And then when
says
you're done,
Javier. Thank you.
And then when you're done, I want 5 more burpees.
You're a monster. Can I go to? I'm going to the bathroom first.
Oh, okay.
Is that allowed?
No, it's not allowed. I was just gonna go get a light cry out real quick, but
You know, crying
Take a
crying
bathroom-
does shed
Can't take a bathroom break from the Chuck Moore invasion. Or until like he has to cut, like what? You take a step forward until your knee.
Your
Oh my god, how do I do this?
Yep.
your left knee would touch the ground.
So this knee, so just step.
So you step far forward, and then there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
I should stretch first. Think so?
we might see the charities streams first groin pull right here.
It's so confusing. Why is working out hard?
You're asking the wrong guy here.
Yeah,
Maybe Bryce or Chuck can help, or Troy.
I hate you.
Where says to look down?
I've lost count. What am I at?
You got the Thor look down, so.
It's a friends.
Yeah, he does lunges.
Oh.
If you can talk, you're not doing them well enough.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be breathing heavy and like feel like you're gonna
I
die.
don't know why my brain isn't working.
You step forward.
Hey,
Oh, like I just like
Step.
and then go down.
First one.
Yeah.
Your knee shouldn't hit the floor. Joey
Step.
Tribbiani does not do it that way. You're failing.
That's harder.
That's harder.
Now that's a lunge.
Okay.
What is that? Are
Do it, show it again.
I like this.
I've got
Step.
three
Is it like-
peanut
This is his children teaching him in the off
galleons.
camera.
Life.
Step.
Okay.
Down. Your foot's
I don't know.
feet forward.
How many? Checking. Save me.
He's making Joey Tribbiani.
I think you haven't done a single
Counting.
one right yet, so we keep going, right?
Okay, that's 4.
Never.
It's not better forward. Go show Daddy how to do it. Go. Is he the only one who has to do it? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
Oh, there we go.
my goodness.
do that.
Yep,
Good
100%.
I think you. Go, bro.
I think I lost track. Where am I at?
5.
So he's the one who has to do it all? Yeah. None of those have to do it?
Yeah.
He's being upstaged. He's being upstaged on his own show.
I feel sorry for you. By tomorrow,
It's got to be 10 now, right?
Sure.
7.
Yeah. Get the burpees done.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
Yeah,
Just
now
go right to
burpee.
burpees. 5 burpees.
5 burpees.
5 burpees, then you're done. And I'll disappear for a few hours and listen quietly on my phone.
Yeah, boy.
1.
2.
You're only doing
Make sure that chest is hitting the ground.
3.
Chest to ground.
3.5.
I don't. That was a quarter.
One more good one. Here we go.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Yay.
And now chug Pepsi milk.
Never get out of shape, kid. These are my
Oh, look at
Look
that.
at that.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, look at that.
Look at they're killing it.
Alright, guys. Thank you for coming in and showing me how to work out. You're a monster.
See you in 2 hours, guys. Bring the kids back.
Oh. All right.
All right, you guys have a good block. I'll see you later.
Yeah, later, man.
Thanks, Chuck.
Right, Chuck.
Chuck, good seeing you.
Oh. All right. And while I was suffering over there, got 25 from Nuke Doctor, 25 from Jacob, and 13 rolls donated 5 saying being supportive to someone struggling with mental health issues is hard but so important. Encourage, listen, be positive, offer assistance, keep things low stress, locate helpful organizations, and learn as much as you can. Stay strong. Thank you so much. And cheers.
What I will tell you too about the donations here, Andrew, is we had originally advertised our segment with $100 gift card from Mini Stomp, but the other guys decided to up that in light of how important this is. So it is a $250 prize that is up for our segment here. So wanted to let you and everyone know that is what the drawing is going for, is a $250 and it'll be an email we've prepaid with Mini Stomp that can be applied to an order.
All right. So I actually put the name of this as $100 to Mini Stomp gift card. So that is actually $250 with those deep cuts. That he's got some really good discounts on some of his stuff. So, I mean that's a great value. $5 could win you $250 with Mini Stomp. Now Mini Stomp does only ship U.S. So this is where I got to put the disclaimer for international people watching right now. If you win it, I'm not going to tell you not to donate. Donate. I'll let you figure it out from there. Maybe you got a friend in the U.S. you want to give a really awesome birthday present to. Burpees ruin your mind.
If someone in the UK wins it or out of the country wins it, I'll ship it to them.
You'll ship it to him? Perfect.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that. All right. So Bryce is gonna get that shipping to you. So there you go. UK out of the US. There you go. We're covered. Look at that. Solved like that.
Yeah.
Thank you so
I
much.
just shipped 4 bits to Tristan, and I was amazed by how much it cost. He's out there on his own little island. I mean, he just moved to an actual country.
Oh wow.
Anyone else from Canada, you're great, but not him.
We're excluding Prince Edward Island from
Big
Canada.
country with its own time zone.
It is
like
its
it.
own time zone. He's on the weird island time. Like he's not even on East Coast.
Yeah.
It's the weird island
Made
time.
up time zone.
The real show is the Corgi battle. Corgi Bortle.
I tried to get them on camera, but they're closer to me.
That's because they have to fight for your respect in your direct vicinity. I know how much it costs to ship a $7 package to Austria now, or a 7-pound package to Austria now. It's $75.
Wow.
It's
Good to know.
Yeah, I know that.
I see the terrain shipper Anthony Polcastro has joined the chat. Speaking about shipping large boxes of terrain.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out where he's shipping the next several boxes.
That sounds like a tease. Is that a tease?
I already got one. It's literally like this, like both sides, this big. It was on my front doorstep and it was bigger than my door.
Cheapers.
Wow.
Was he just printing off entire, just 3-dimensional display
he's a
boards
freaking
now?
hero. Nah, he just probably printed the box too, and then put the printed terrain in the box, and then
They fold in.
yeah.
Yeah. This is of course for Bryce Con. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for that follow there. Yeah. Sorry, the live thing. You guys don't have to deal with that on your show. I'm still.
Yeah,
winded.
this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun seeing you recover. I'm really worried if Chuck decides to do this at 4 a.m. What's gonna happen to you?
Help wake me up.
Yeah, later it's probably better.
4 a.m. I'm good. It's the so like my usual insomnia. Just speaking mental health and stuff. So I talked a lot about my depression. I talk about my insomnia, but what I don't talk about is the depth to which my insomnia hurts me. I usually don't fall asleep until about 5 a.m. I can go to bed. I will not fall asleep. And what sucks is like, I'll try to go to bed early like a responsible adult. I'll just be up at 2 a.m. and I'll be up the rest of the day. So it's like I have to stay up until like 2 a.m. most days. And then by the time I finally like fall asleep, it's usually about 5 a.m. So I get, depending, sometimes I fall asleep a little bit earlier. I'm usually averaging like 3 to 4 hours. And I have night terrors. So, and sleep paralysis. So when I do sleep, sometimes I'm just haunted by night terrors. It's sleeping is torture for me. It's actually really, really bad. But the diagnosis I have and what they have to put me on is they have to put me on sleeping meds, but then they also have to put me on essentially antipsychotics for the night terrors, because then I won't have restful sleep even if I'm asleep, because whilst I may not register that I had night terrors that whole night, I did. So
The body's not getting the benefit of
being
the restful.
Yeah, being knocked out, it doesn't matter. Which is why when I say you never meet me at my best, like you literally never have me at my best. So long story short, I'll be fine. I'll hit a wall probably about 4 a.m. and then I'll get my second wind around 10 a.m. So that, I feel sorry for Chat Gang and the guests in that time span, but we brought on some strong guests, some international guests who are actually up at a normal time. So that should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Anthony's terrain boxes are no joke, says Strength Hammer.
I don't know where he finds boxes that big. It's like if you cut a refrigerator box in half, that's what he sends you the terrain in.
Does he work for a box company?
I'm telling you, he must make the boxes.
Yeah.
Secret talent.
So do y'all have a preferred topic? I'm supposed to ask Troy about 40K as like a trap question.
All I know, it's Indominus Day. That's the only thing I'll say about 40K, is that we all went out and got our new 40K today and spent a lot of money. That might be, GW might be the one thing to kind of reinvigorate all these game stores that are fighting through the COVID stuff. I know that when I was in Game Universe, they were ecstatic. I got there like 20 minutes after they opened, and he's like, "We've had a $2,000 day and we're only 17 minutes in." So
wow.
It's just from that. That's just great that people are supporting the local stores, because I think that's awesome. That
For sure.
this can inject a lot of income into those businesses that I know are struggling a little bit without events and things.
Well, the beauty of like paying locally is they pay local taxes, they pay all that stuff. So when you're shopping local, as a former retail manager, floor manager for Barnes and Noble, who killed mom and pop bookstores, it's given the option like local online, I think it's no question. I understand like the practicality and everyone's on like budgets now, but if you have the opportunity to, you should. Because you're kind of paying yourself back, because you do inhabit those communities, and that money finds its way directly back into the community. So
Absolutely, yeah.
So my
Plus, it's always nice. It's always nice to like, just even if you're not going to buy something, pop into a game store and just look around. And if you don't have that local game store, if they don't make it, then they struggle. So buy local.
Yeah, and I mean that was my big push. I mentioned it earlier on. Travis kind of kicked this off, and he's works part time for Tower Games and the Atlas sales manager. And I talked about how like my drive was to the comics and collectibles when I worked the floor, because I mean they started doing the Get Pop Cultured movement while I was there to try to drive the collectible sales up and all that stuff. But what my angle was, my POV was, is you want to make it an event. You want to make it something worth coming to. And even if people don't buy stuff this time, they're going to come back. And that's the thing, is like when foot traffic drops off, your business drops off. So my younger vision of a game store was actually like a game cafe when I was still like doing that stuff. And lo and behold, this has actually become a reality, because people don't constantly buy games. They do constantly buy like beverages and like little scones and stuff. So having
Troy constantly buys games.
It's true. I see this. Look at this
I think he's
sprawl.
that way.
Look at this sprawl behind you, though. Thunder Road. What is Thunder Road?
No, yeah.
Oh,
You
Thunder
don't
Road's
know
great.
what Thunder Road
What
is?
is Thunder? There's a song called Thunder Road, isn't there?
Thunder Road is okay. Thunder Road is probably from a Milton Bradley game when they did really cool games like what's the big huge what's the Matt one, the old with the horses. Ty, you had this one. I knew, but it was in that same era.
Battle Masters.
Battle Masters, right? So like Thunder Road is probably predates even Battle Masters, and it's literally Road Warrior. It's Road Warrior the game. If you want to think about it, it's apocalyptic, super simple. You have 2 boards, and you basically have the little jeeps and trucks and stuff like that, a couple copters, and you're all just racing to the end, and you're shooting at each other, and basically you just keep flipping the boards over and over again to get to the end, and it's super simple. It's like you roll a die, like 3 dice, and one of them is how far you move, and super simple rules. You can play a game in like 15 minutes because you blow up and I'll die. But that's a nostalgia. That's a collector sitting up on my on the shelf that I played when I was a kid, and we've kept it because it's just awesome. And there was a guy at Gen Con the last couple of years who's done like a full blown version of it, redid like a full table version, cool 3D minutes. We made basically Hot Wheel cards, kind of like the Gaslands, kind of like the Gaslands stuff. But he did that and used the Road Warrior rules, and it was a blast. So yeah, so I got to take you down Thunder Road for.
No, I think it's okay if we talked a lot of Age of Sigmar. We talked a little bit of gymnastics. I think it's okay. We can settle in and talk some board games here if y'all don't mind, because playing and slaying isn't just about Age of Sigmar. It's a, like I said kind of before, like you said before that, it's a total gaming podcast for my money, and like it's one of my favorite shows, just period. So I love what you guys do, and I'm really honored that you're on. And this might be the segment with the best like cadence of all the episodes. Every voice here is like a proper radio voice, especially you, Troy. Like you just have this like this is fantastic.
I'm making that up today. I'm trying hard. I must be trying hard just for you. That's it.
Yeah, like it's like.
Guys, I think that we should make it clear that we don't pay him for his sponsor. This is all him speaking from the heart. We don't pay him anything.
Me? No. No, there is no like.
You have a segment on the show. Doesn't mean we're paying you to say this right.
Yeah, there's no like sponsored. I don't have a sponsored segment dedicated to the RPG portion of the show. No, certainly not the D&D segment. No, that I have no skin in this game, folks. I'm an objective observer, bringing you quality content over a 27-hour period for Mental Health America. I am tanking my mental health to help you all.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. Someone was like made a joke about that, like just in Twitter leading up to it, and I'm like, that's what tanks do, like in a party. Like you absorb the hit so that everyone else can succeed. And this is one moment, but this one moment is going to, sort of cascade through people's lives and hopefully bring them, more net positive good than just me staying up for 27 hours, which I would accidentally stay up most of those hours anyway.
Well,
you're the sword and board.
What's that? Yeah.
You're the sword and board.
Yeah, that's right. I'm really. You might say I'm the Petrifex elite.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I will say, Andrew, when I first heard about this, I think everyone knows that this topic and raising money for this is really important to me. And when I first heard about it, I always kind of hold it close to my heart, where I want to make sure that the way things are done are right, so that the money truly does go to where it matters. And you've done a phenomenal job. Like I've been on since 52 minutes. I had to mail that package to Tristan, so that's why I was late. But I've been very, very impressed. And for those who don't know, 3 years, 7 months ago, I lost my best friend. He took his own life, and it's always been something that I've tried to be there for people and make sure that people know that no matter what, there's someone there that'll listen. And there's nothing wrong with feeling that way. I think everyone at some point in their life feels that way. And just knowing that there's resources, there's people. I say it all the time when I'm on the Rantcast. Most of you have never met me, but I'll give you my phone number and you can call me. Like this, it's not something you have to face alone. And it's amazing to have things like this where people can see that there's more people that deal with it and really have a platform to make people aware. And Paul's 10 minutes statement on it was phenomenal, and it's hard for me to talk about, so I can't do it that well, but just thank you so much for doing this.
I say sincerely, you're part of the reason I'm doing this. I've alluded, danced around it, but leading in, it was last year. Was the most recent time I thought about killing myself, and I actually had my work truck, because I had a $500,000 life insurance policy, sitting looking at Lake Michigan in the dead of winter, wondering how I could drive it into the lake to make it look like I lost control. I was at that. I don't think people realize how close I was when I talk about I had a mental breakdown. And Brew City was like a little bit after that, because April, and that was about February, and I don't know. I just did the work anyway and got back in my truck. And when you gave, it wasn't a speech like Paul's, which was amazing. I hope people can go back and listen to that. I'm going to make the VOD, and you get some solace out of that. But you got up there and you gave, it was a very succinct speech. It came from a personal place. And in that instant, I was like, it's not just me. And I talk about mental health visibility, but as sort of a subsection of that, I think suicide is even harder to talk about, because there's like such a shame and a guilt. It's the cardinal sin, right? Like,
Yeah, there's a stigma there. Yeah.
It feels like even thinking about it is you're evil if you even think about it, and the shame that's associated with that, and the guilt and all that stuff. For good or ill, we're an Anglo-Christian society, and that, I think it goes deeper. And yeah, so it's hard to talk about. It's heavy, but part of this is to make it less heavy for everyone going forward. Make a world where my kids grow up and go, oh, daddy's, daddy's having an anxiety or depression, or he had some night terrors last night, so he's a little out of it, and to where it's normal, to where I don't have to hide it from people or anything like that, where we don't hold it against people if they're short of temper, or they're just out of it, or they seem moody, or whatever the words we use. I don't have all the right words, but that's why we're donating to an organization that can help us equip us with some of those words and just understanding. So again, thank you for being on, and Bryce, thank you for sharing that, because it's hard, man.
Hopefully we can make it less heavy than Anthony Polcastro's terrain boxes, right? I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah, right. That's it. Yeah, no, that's it. That's
Saves everybody on shipping, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, that's the that's the new hashtag, right? Make mental health lighter than Anthony Polcastro's terrain boxes.
We might have to
really
abbreviate it.
You think we got to abbreviate it?
Yeah, make an acronym or something. That might be a little much.
Peanut says it's important to talk about exactly for that reason, so people realize that they're not alone, and that it's something that you can get through, and that things get better. I mean, things can get better. Yeah. Nuke Doctor says, well said, Bryce. Love your passion for this important cause. So, and Minimum Pants says, thank you for sharing, Bryce. PJ Shart says, cheers. You're a champion. All the support coming through. And Mark Ramchek donated $50, says, in honor of Bryce's best friend. So, really appreciate that. Caesar donated $5. Peanuts and Tree Nut says, what you're doing is worthwhile, and even though I don't know much about AOS, your stream is always fun, and Chat Gang is fantastic. Thank you for supporting mental health and destigmatizing mental illness and creating such a nice place for the community. You're welcome, and thank you for the $5. And preceding Dark Elf Sorceress, so Pants Mafia in the house again, $60, using my NashCon refund to support a good cause. A little bittersweet there, but thank you so much. Paul Conti with $5, and I think I'm caught back up. Crazy Horse, sorry, Anthony Paul Castro. Speaking of $5, I need to win everything. Oh, fantastic! All right, gentlemen, you have the floor. This is the old orc meme. Like, this is an orc thread now. This is a Basement of Death podcast now.
So I'll depend on Troy then, because without show notes and organization, I don't know that we'd ever talk about anything.
Oh,
So
well, do you I mean, I can go anywhere. I can go.
Hold on.
Go.
Hold on. What just
We
happened?
can't-
Bro?
We
What just
can't
happened?
rob Chat Gang of this.
Oh, we got to the
closet on the
closet.
left. On the left when you're looking. So this closet is all things that are built and at least half painted. This closet is all things that are not built. And there's a ton of shit all around this office that isn't painted or built either.
Okay. All right. Here it is. Here it is, everybody. In the pants. We got the pants.
Yeah, look at those pants.
Oh, that is a mighty.
I don't know. Yeah, so it goes up to the ceiling too. So
And then
yeah, there you go. If you think you have a problem, I promise you don't. This is what a problem looks like.
I don't know. I think I can
My
beat
dog
that
can't eat 'em.
Yeah, Troy might have more unbuilt Games Workshop stuff in his cabinets and shelves of shame.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we're looking at the good side of the basement of death. If I go to that side of the basement of death, you get shelves and shelves.
I just want to see Bryce in those pants more. Like this.
These
is
are tournament
why.
pants, guys. So as soon as
Yeah.
that comes back, we are.
Amen.
Can't stop this.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Frank says I'm impressed. Shame rings bell. Shame rings bell. Shame rings bell. Good lord. Sweet fancy Moses. And then on point are the pants. So I really need to take a page from Ty and start wearing mesh shorts to tournaments. Those pants and the man
the way to
bun.
go.
That's next tier though. I think the man bun plus the pants really. Like you're like an open Hawaiian T-shirt away from being just like
Yeah.
the. Go ahead.
I was gonna wear a different shirt, but then everyone else from the Wisconsin block had a sleeveless shirt on, and I didn't want to make either of these three do it, so I
Yeah.
did the closest thing I had and put a rec league basketball jersey on because I don't have many sleeveless options.
Man bun, goatee, pants, socks, and sandals. Yep, there you go. Plus the.
Hey, there's no socks under these sandals. Come on, you're level in that category.
All right. So I'm gonna give you all the floor. Maybe if you want a topic, maybe a board game or something like that.
I was gonna go,
Okay,
and
okay,
I think because I think it has, unless I don't, I have not been listening for the past. Where are we at? 8 hours. So if you already talked, but I think there's a mental health aspect here too. Is can we talk about the Sandman and the new Audible drama? I don't know if people get into that, but it's pretty amazing. And again, I don't know. I'm a huge Sandman fan from back in the day. I think I own the series in about 3 different collections of books, and so I was super excited when that started, and I've been just kind of binging it to listen to the audio drama and really loving it.
This is of course Neil Gaiman's Sandman, right?
Yep.
The graphic novel that proved that novels are higher art beyond a definitive doubt for everybody, because you still had your Moores and stuff coming up through, even Jack Kirby and the original run of Fantastic Four. A lot of really great comics out there, but that was the one that legitimized comics as this is serious art.
Well, and he basically won the Hugo, and then they changed the rules.
They're like, no, you can't.
They were pissed that a graphic novel won the Hugo, and so they changed the rules after he did that. But
yeah, he was too good. Yeah, it's fantastic. So does the audio drama follow the comics, or is this an adjacent story? Or okay?
No, so they are basically going through the first 20 some I think episodes in there as they go through the first, and they're starting right from the beginning and going through the whole origin.
Preludes and Nocturnes, right?
I believe is the first one there, and so it's good to relive that, because although it's interesting, I know, and I'm listening. There's a guy I work with, a younger guy, who this is his first exposure to it, and he's kind of loving it. As I go through it, I think it's awesome, but it really just makes me want to read the book again. I don't know if it's because I'm missing the pictures, but it's really good as its own thing. It's very good, and it's very staying on point with the novel. Neil Gaiman is actually the narrator. Your role from our
Yeah, he's speaking of good voices with great cadence. Neil Gaiman, like he's got like it's like a really sultry like British accent. British accents can get like a little cloying, right? But that one's like a nice buttery like.
No, yeah. I don't, well, I mean, I don't want to. I mean,
I'm kidding. I was busted.
I think everybody who listen to a lot of Audible, and all my favorite narrators are all British guys, right?
Yeah.
Stephen Pacey, Toby Longworth from the GW, like. I feel like and I wish I knew some of the women. There's a couple women that read books I've done too, and I feel like every audiobook should be read by someone with a British accent. That's kind of where my head's at.
No, fair enough. I was just busting Goose's chops from earlier because I said they don't have fridges, so I had to make fun of something else there. I love that there's the chat within the chat between the people on the podcast going on, right? This is the most meta chat gang that's ever existed.
Fully engaged.
Sean Zor, Sandman is the best graphic novel series. Don't at me. It's hard to. So like, this reminds me of the conversation I had with one of my friends when I was growing. When many people know where my nickname comes from, Mr. Mephisto. It comes from an Animu club, which is why there's a Mr. Meph is not a weeb meme, because it's like super inside jokey. All right. I constantly talk about like anime stuff, but I don't talk about it from a position of a guy who's kept up with it at all since college. So not a weeb. You have to keep up with it for it to be a thing. But my nickname is Magical Mr. Mephisto, the long form, like a pimp named Slickback. What were we talking about? The best graphic novel. I lost my lead there for the first time. Second time tonight. First was with Vince. Now it was this time.
So you're
Too much sexy.
doing 1,000 or probably 1 million Magic Finder runs.
Yeah, of course. Gosh, where was I going with that? It was comic related. Talk, fill time. I'll figure it out. No.
So we need to do 5 more burpees.
It was Frank. It was Frank Miller. Frank Miller is what triggered it.
Well, I see the Dark Knight. Somebody mentioned the Dark Knight Returned in the chat. That's another one of on my shelf of classics.
Oh, got it back. What it was at the time, like, so OA, you're like, what's your favorite anime? I'm like, Cowboy Bebop. And they're like, you can't say Cowboy Bebop because it's the best one. Your favorite one can't be the best one. I feel that way about Neil Gaiman's Sandman. It can't be your favorite because it's the best. And so you get to say it's the best, and then you get to talk about something else that's your favorite. Because we just go, like, we put this in, like, okay, that's the best. But now to move the conversation on, we can talk about our favorites. Because it is the best. So that's what it was. Sorry. I got it back. Dark Knight Returns is really good. Miller himself is kind of like, would not be friends with him. You know, there are like writers out there where I'm like, you write good stuff. I'm like, I think you're kind of a dick. Speaking as a writer who is kind of a dick. I of course love the Claremont and Miller where he was artist, not writer, but love that run with of Wolverine. Claremont was essentially like the pre Joss Whedon that everyone knew of. You know, where we get Claremont was the one responsible for making the Captain Marvel that everyone knows now because the way Captain Marvel's character was handled. This is a comic book stream now.
Yep. It's all right. We can go there.
We go everywhere.
Yeah,
we
do.
Yeah,
in and out, around.
Yeah.
And
speaking of Claremont, if there wasn't, and I haven't even watched it, because one of my very favorites again is the Dark Phoenix saga, that run of the original with Chris Claremont. I love that, and it's something I've gone back to. And now I know I have not even watched the terrible movie because I've heard it's terrible to bring it. But that was one thing I was excited if somebody could have done that in an awesome way.
That was when the Hellfire Club was really featured as more than just like a thing. It's like this is really entrenched in that narrative. Yeah. God, I the only reason I'm not playing Crisis Protocol right now is because like Wolverine's not in it, and I know that the minute he's released, I'm gonna buy it, and it's gonna sit right next here to my Adepticon Hulk model. but I'll be happy to think about how awesome it would be to like. We got Venom.
Yeah.
Everyone show off your Crisis Protocol models.
I'm in the other room. I do have my Adepticon shirt on though. It's like an homage.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. See, I like V for Vendetta more than Watchmen, which is a controversial opinion, I guess. But it's written in iambic pentameter, and so the nerd, the word nerd, the lit nerd, like I eat it up, and I love the generic story. I find Watchmen to be very cynical, whereas I find V for Vendetta to be very poignant. And I get it. You did the you're the first person to do the sort of deconstructed superhero mythos thing. Cool, awesome. But telling a story which is essentially about creativity and then also fascism also is kind of there, but you can show this parallel between the human condition and creativity, and I just eat that shit up for V for Vendetta. Controversial opinion. Feel free to at me.
I would flip them. I'd probably rank Watchmen a little higher. I think they're both awesome, but I probably would rank Watchmen a hair higher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I get that.
Yep.
And I do have one more controversial opinion in this little thing here, this little Sunday I'm building. The movie ending's better than the comic book ending for Watchmen. At me. It's logical and would have more lasting. No?
I think so. I think I would agree with that too. I
Okay.
think that you're right. I think the movie ending is better because I think the comic one is for what it. Not that it's bad, but you're right. I think they thought there was a case where they did actually think that, again, the movie gives you a chance to do it better, right? And I think they did do it a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the movie was better. I'm saying that the ending was a better
The ending, right?
Yeah.
Aren't we kind of living in the world that V for Vendetta sets up right now?
Yeah.
Aren't we there? Wasn't it the year is 2020 after a global pandemic, blah blah blah? I thought that. Yeah.
Could grab it off the shelf. Yeah, and with the secret police showing up and all media seeming to be on the same page together, it's the mouth is there, right? The mouth is yeah. Too real. Wow, you just ruined V for Vendetta for me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ty. Watchmen's better.
That's actually what I'm here to do, is ruin things.
He's the fun killer.
I destroy fun wherever I go. I'm Thanos when fun is half the world. I just
half the fun goes away.
Half the fun goes away.
That means that the other fun there will have a chance to thrive, though.
Yeah, it's that
Exactly.
much more fun. It's twice as fun. So really, you're a hero. I mean, if we want to look at it the right way.
I like to think of myself as a hero. I mean, when I'm yelling "War Cry" at Midwest Meltdown after 15 or 16 drinks.
You become a force of nature at B-dubs that night.
No, I don't.
I want hot wings so bad right now. Ooh. So did you get to take a look at we got the Total Gamers on. Did you take a look at the Muppet Muppet Evolved?
Oh God,
Muppets Evolved. Yeah, I read the rules already, and I'm thinking about a one shot. But I want to do the the baby Muppets. I want to do the nursery.
Does somebody? I gotta eat at some point, so I'm gonna eat real quick. Do you guys have? It's in Discord. Does somebody have this and want to? Do you guys want to kind of characterize this and what Vince did earlier? I feel like I should be here for Muppets Evolved, but
yeah, we can't steal that.
Yeah, you can't. I'll talk Muppets Evolved when I get back. So Troy, this is your show now. Lead them. You usually have a script, but you've got this, man.
I got this.
You got
this.
this.
I'll make up some more material. We'll start talking about Kickstarter.
We'll vamp a little.
Probably,
Oh, Kickstarter, yeah, Kickstarter. So for when you're really feeling the stress in your mental health.
But
Kickstarter therapy.
Right. Although don't want to encourage people to do Kickstarter. They should donate. Take the money you would go to give the Kickstarter and give it here today. Yeah, that'll make more sense.
There we go. I'm just gonna go eat I have to eat or I will not make it.
Yeah, get your nutrition.
We got this.
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
So Troy, what I think would be relevant here is for you to talk about the Indomitus box, and you can just geek out a little bit too about 40K, since we don't let you do that on our show.
I can a little bit, although I barely opened it. It's funny. I went and got it this morning, and then I did other real stuff, and then I already built a Space Marine. See, you're
Nice.
like ahead of me. I literally just popped the top off of it. I didn't even dig out the core rule book yet. Out of that,
It's
thing, so-
beautiful. It's beautiful.
I feel betrayed. Do you, Josh?
Why? Why do you feel betrayed?
Lost tie to this crap.
This is all. We'll bring you over, Bryce.
Yeah,
We'll bring you over.
We started here together.
Yeah, we all started here
So-
more than 10 years ago.
No,
I can't.
What
Sorry.
was 40K brought us all together. So
Yeah.
not me.
no, but see, so then that keeps AOS in our hearts too. See? So we
Yeah.
all it's all equal opportunity.
Just start a little squad, and then
Yeah, little
build
kill
up,
team squad,
build up.
and then you can do command, little combat patrol squad, and then build it up. You'll find somebody in the 40K universe will appeal to you. So
For those of you playing along at home, I am now on to the Ruby Grapefruit
Oh, nice.
claw.
when are you gonna actually mix alcohol with it?
Number 3. Later. I gotta stay fresh.
Yeah.
For the
Hey, so with my White Claw, when I have bought it, I usually use it in lieu of club soda to mix with Tito's vodka.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
that's the vodka soda that
Yes, grapefruit is so good. Yes, it is so good.
Look at Josh engaging with chat.
Yeah, you like that?
yeah,
Trying to
because
avoid the real-
he didn't
yeah.
like what I'm saying.
I didn't like
yeah.
where you're going with it. No,
Yeah.
I do sometimes add the vodka to it, but it's not something I drink very often. I bought it because my sister was in town and she had one, and now I have all this White Claw.
You have 11 to drink.
Yep,
Ooh,
Play a game
Danny's
of
probably good
Warcry.
with it. I like that.
that does sound good. Warcry.
So I saw Sean Zor kicking around in chat, and I think he's the same guy on Twitter that did the Mecha Maw Crusher, and I don't know that I've ever had a chance to, or is working on it. How impressed I've been with his work. So I'm going to say that now and just go in hopes that's the same guy. Otherwise, this is nonsensical. But
You're nonsensical. Oh, there it is.
it was. I got it. Yes.
Nice. It's
Yeah.
nice when names line up.
It's not a pinup girl on my wall. It's a wrestler. She's. I mean, what's the difference? I guess. So it's a woman on my wall.
So like a WWE wrestler, Bryce.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't quite count that as wrestling, but I do.
Troy,
I understand-
come on.
I understand what you want. No, I did the
An
real
entertainer.
thing.
Okay.
I did. Yes. Okay, that's better because I did the real thing.
The
and
real
so that-
thing. Yeah.
what is this? Like,
I don't know. We're just trying to make content right now.
Yeah, we're waiting for
I don't-
Andrew
I
to
don't
eat
think
some
that-
food.
well,
Vamping.
that would be like me saying the NBA is the entertainment version of basketball, right? That's.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong when you say that.
Ooh, look at that. Andrew kicking a thought in the chat there. If Sasha Banks was an AOS army, which would she be?
Current Sasha
Bryce.
as a heel, she would be Daughters of Cain.
Yeah.
What about when she was a good guy, pre-turn, pre-heel turn?
Babyface Sasha. See, she was only babyface for a little period of time. I'd probably say she was like High Elves.
Her early days Stormcast.
I loved her and I love High Elves. So like that just easy comparison, right?
Sure, we can go with that. Oh my goodness.
So long.
Other random questions. Let's think about this. So Troy, you started talking about Sandman and kind of comic books in general. Has anybody watched The Old Guard yet? That's based on a comic book, and I really enjoyed the movie, and I tried to find the first collected volume of the books, and it's like sold out everywhere. Go figure. It's incredibly popular on Netflix, so I want to read that one. And then I started watching Cursed, which I learned is another Frank Miller reference. So I was curious if anyone had either read the Cursed graphic novels or started watching the new series, which takes the Arthurian legend and puts the sword in the hands of a female, which is really cool, kind of flipping of the Arthurian story.
No, you're ahead of me, Ty. Both of those things are interesting and on my list. And I even cursed. I kind of dug down a little bit to learn more about it because I didn't know anything about. I saw like a trailer, and then it sent me down the rabbit hole to figure out where did this come from. And so I'm really interested in both those things. The Old Guard looks really good. Yeah, Charlize Theron, I think that should be good. So you're telling me it's worth my watch, right? So.
Yeah, definitely worth a watch. The action sequences are good. The acting's pretty good, and it's a cool story that I had no idea was out there. So now I want to find the comic books, and I won't spoil anything, but it seems like the type of thing that could lead to another movie, if not a couple other movies. So it's
a
it's
movie or
really
a show?
interesting. So Netflix did it as a standalone movie with Charlize Theron and a few other people I recognize, but I can't think of any names. And it was really enjoyable. I watched it the other night, and shortly after, got a text from my brother that said The Old Guard is awesome, and I was like, I watched it same exact night as you, so we were in sync about that.
Old Guard 2 is already in production.
Nice.
There we go. And we've got some hobby advice going on. Man, chat in Rantcast and Meph's show is always pretty cool. Right now we're at $4,322. I feel like I wouldn't be doing my part if I didn't reference that and say at 4,500, Bryce, you have to paint more.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because Nagash gets converted by you at 4, so that's done. So now we got to get you to
here's my
paint
thought,
it.
right? Let's talk through this really quick while Andrew's not here, because I don't think he realizes. I think he thinks I'm putting Nagash on a horse.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
It's horse head Nagash, right?
Horse head Nagash, but I'm thinking about taking like the spirit horses, and
Yeah.
putting them in the swirl. So there's
yeah.
horses flying all around him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I've also thought about maybe doing like a Minotaur Nagash. So he's like half horse, half Nagash.
Wow, like a centaur?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say just a horse tail hanging out the back of his, his like flowing robes.
The robes.
But if you do the whole horse's ass, that would be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, the options are they're limitless, and he has to play it with it. So.
Oh, and Meph did ask a good question here, and this one I think it's worth talking about. So he says, so y'all have this total gaming podcast, unlike some other shows that derive their content from new battle tones and tournaments. We found it easier or harder to make shows with COVID. Any initial thoughts on content, Troy, Josh, Bryce? I've got a few, but I think that's a really interesting question.
Mean, I don't know that not that we ever, I think we always struggle sometime with what our main topics are going to be around stuff. I think and you guys can agree with me or not, right? I think where we struggle a little bit is because we're just not playing as much. And a lot of times that is, part of what we like to talk about is what is, what's top of mind. What have we've been playing with each other, or if somebody did go to a tournament or something else like that. So I think that trying to figure out what is the replacement for that, right? And some of it has been remote gaming, right? And doing a lot of, board game arena and things like that mostly with Ben and John and my brothers and things like that. So I think that's the only thing that really has changed. And the fact that I think in the past, we also really, I don't want to say prided ourselves. Like, I think we enjoyed that we did it in person. Like, we all got into the same place except for Bryce, and we couldn't get him when we can get him. But, really, I think we thought like that was a lot of the core was us being in the same place. And so that is more of us trying to relearn some of the mechanics around us all being remote. So I'll let you guys throw in and see what your thoughts are.
I think that it's been slightly more challenging to come up with the content, but I do think the content that we've come up with is really good. Like I think the last 2 episodes that we did were some of the better episodes, and especially the last one with Raph, it was. I keep referencing it every time. Thankfully, I've been able to do a lot of other things with Illuminath coming out and people wanting me to talk about it. And I just really genuinely enjoyed having that conversation. And I think like having to kind of stretch for topics to talk about has really forced us to get more creative and not just rely on, we went to this event, and this is how the games went. Like, that's great. People do like listening to that, but having actual like thoughtful conversation about topics that are really relevant, especially at this time, I think it's been really good.
I would agree, and I was going to point to our discussion with Raf. I don't know if anyone is familiar with the work that Raf Cordero does. He's Ding and Dent podcast. He writes for Goonhammer, a lot of the lore stuff, and our discussion with him really got me thinking and kind of looking at some new content creators and other things, and it's worth listening to. It's kind of the last 40 minutes of our last episode if you find it, and you kind of want to skip over our banter and talking about how little hobbying we're doing or whatever it might be. But it was really good discussion. Raf added a lot, and I think COVID removing the events, taking away some of the in-person gaming, has forced us to think about what we do produce in a slightly different light, and I think that's good. I think to reevaluate, we've done that a few times, kind of reinvented what we do or added a different segment, taken something out. And I think in any content creation, it's important to look at your formula and mix it up a little bit. I mean, there are some that stay the same for hundreds of episodes, but I don't know. There are some that fall off after 12 episodes. So as we, get closer to 50, I think we're around 47, 48 shows. It's fun to keep kind of changing up the game, to keep it interesting for us. It's a hobby, it's a fun time to get together and chat and make fun of Josh for not being able to read, and Troy for being a fan of the Ultramarines. There's a lot to make fun of, so that's why I keep doing it.
MF says, where can we find that show?
Yeah, so iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, we're kind of on all the different podcast services or apps. I think it's episode 47, I think, is the most recent one with Raf Cordero. And he's on the whole show. Or basementofdeath.com has it as well.
46.
And 46, episode 46.
46. And you can also just go to basementofdeath.com. We cross post everything, all of them episodes up there too. So
yeah, what was the riveting episode where we reviewed the dice tray? Someone just brought it up in chat.
Oh man. That was rough.
The Jacob Perry face on the dice tray. We came up with a pretty good idea, but
and then Jacob was going to auction off,
passed out under the table. On a dice tray.
Was that the same episode?
He was going to auction off his underwear.
Yeah, his game worn underwear, tournament worn underwear.
So earlier,
it never materialized for what it's worth.
Yeah, so earlier in the charity marathon, they were talking about some girl who sold her bathwater. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. I haven't. But then they talked about like what they could sell, and I said, "What could you sell the dice that Jacob Berry swallowed after he passed it for?"
A lot.
Think about that.
12 cents. 12 cents.
That should be one of the charity raffle items here.
That's the $10,000 goal.
Yeah, there you go.
No, nobody. It would be
I
the
wonder
end
if
of
he
donations.
still has it. He's got to still have it, right?
I don't think he found it.
If it's like a watermelon seed, it stays in there for life, right?
Yeah, it's in his spleen right now.
No, that had to get passed.
If it's in his spleen, okay, here's the question. If it's in his spleen,
let's break down the dice in Jacob Berry's intestines.
Right. If it's in his spleen, what side is facing up?
6.
No, that's probably
is it
4.
Now, is it a 6 or is it like a squiggle? What kind of die was it?
Oh,
it's one of the. Was it a malign Portents dice?
Yeah,
wasn't it that malign Portents dice are so terrible, and they have the symbol on the 1 and the 6. So there's the skull, and then there's the weird like Portents sign.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be the Portents sign.
Hey,
it has to be.
How do you feel about these? This is the Lumineth.
The
they
Lumineth
seem
dice?
cool.
So like they're cool. I'm happy.
It's actually
they're not dick dice.
I mean,
No,
we invented that term, so I want to know if Ty's happy that they've gone off brand, or if he's upset that they've done this, because I'm pissed.
So
As an
Mr.
owner of
Stump
4
said,
sets of Deepkin dice, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
well, Deepkin dice are terrible, and they're dick dice. These are not actually dick dice. These are actually functional, useful dice. So that's why I bought the
understand.
Lumineth box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about their
I'm
decision to move away from a trademark that we invented?
Well, I'm worried that they did it in response to the hashtag that maybe got 12 impressions. When we
Hey,
talked
all
about dick dice for the
matter,
first time. But I'm questioning what will happen next. With the next army, I'm guessing they go back to either Squigs or the Nurgle ones with like the herpes all over the sides where you can't tell what you rolled, other than a positive test for some type of venereal disease.
I hope that they go back, but I think this is
these
here
are great
to stay.
dice. I
They're all
love these dice. I want more of these
You love
dice.
Pips. Ty loves
Wait.
Pips.
Did you get dice in your new box?
I love pips. I hate numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got dice in my new
No,
box.
Troy's box.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Dominus?
No,
yeah,
no.
there's dice.
No,
Isn't there dice?
No, because
What?
it is not a starter box. It is a launch box.
Oh,
So it basically is the odds, which means they'll probably will actually do another box in the future. That's the new 9th edition starter. But that was just basically a box to sell us to launch 9th edition.
so no dice, so they could
No
fit more
dice, none
screws
of
in.
the stupid ruler, none of the spendy whatever ruler things. They're just like, hey, here's here's $800 worth of models and a rule book for $200. So
No dice.
Nope.
Damn.
They stuffed it full. They couldn't.
Yep,
They didn't have room.
They didn't
for...
have. That was if you
Yeah.
wanted the marketing line is it's too full. They didn't have room to put the dice in. So.
That's disappointing. I'm gonna return mine.
I told you this. You just aren't listening. That's right, because I was talking 40K. So Ty would just at that point it just
You-
Yeah, you instantly stop listening.
Stop listening, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the advantage of recording remote is I can turn off my camera when you start talking 40K, and you don't see that I actually
He's like
put my head
painful.
down and I wait to hear my name. And then if I hear my name, I go, oh shit, what was said? And I quick focus. But in person, that's where you guys start talking 3D printing or 40K. And I just kind of glaze over and I look and I nod, just like I used to do in school, where I'd be like,
Just listening for your name.
Yeah, or
Take
technology.
note.
Technology, I think we can do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talking about OSs and hard drives or something.
Oh, like
Great,
when
great.
Davis, we had Davis on from AOS Reminders, and you guys spent 20 minutes talking like tech questions with Davis,
was
and I just
That was awesome. I love that.
oh, awesome, yeah, it was something.
Well, how do you think AOS Reminders comes to life?
Yeah, it doesn't just show up.
It doesn't just show up like it's not some guy. Yeah, like it's not 2 pages of writing some down. That's some serious stuff developed.
Davis was an incredible guy to have on, and he's a super cool
He's a
dude
great
all
guy,
around.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Frank is asking for 3D printing advice. So I'm gonna.
No.
I can't disappoint. I can't disappoint Frank, and I can't let Chat Gang down. But I am gonna get my cell phone out when you guys start talking about.
Is Anthony on? Because he's really
Anthony.
king
Yeah,
of
Anthony.
3D
Yeah,
printers.
I think that we got to you get Anthony on later to really do it because I'm a super hobbyist in that respect, and I
Same.
just and I get angry at mine. Like yesterday, I get angry at them because they are a hobby in themselves. At least my Ender 3s. I mean, I would almost I like what you did. Josh went for the Prusa higher end ones, which I think are a little bit more self-sufficient and probably do a better job kind of right out of the box with less messing around. And I feel like I spend as much time cleaning, adjusting, messing with my Ender 3s as I do printing with them. So
Yeah,
and that competes with everything else. So
Mega Boss Mike says he'd like to get a resin one. I'm right there with you. I would love to get a resin one just to do like really cool figs.
Yep.
That'd be awesome.
Did you see the Morngul 3D print?
No.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter the other day. It's like a giant new Night Haunt model, but it's a Morngul, and it looks like it fits perfectly in the range. And I can't believe that things like that can be printed now.
no, yeah.
Where is that? I need a 4th Morngul for my upcoming list.
Sadly,
have
I don't
3.
remember. Maybe someone in chat saw it. I don't know, but it was pretty cool.
I mean resin's going to be the next. I think we still they're getting really close because I think you can like $200-300 you can get a smaller resin printer at the moment, but it feels like it needs a little bit. Yeah, I would almost let them get a little bit more
Yeah.
kind of used to it in the next rev on that technology, and then it's going to be amazing because but it's a different use case. It really is like for doing these really high res little miniature
Smaller,
small
yeah.
pieces, yeah. Whereas the FDM printers are more of the terrain and all the stuff we're printing for Bryce. That's
And Troy, you bought a color resin printed D&D model, right?
yes, he's actually behind me.
What were your thoughts on
Let's
that?
see.
So I don't know, should I hold it? Where's the camera? I don't know if anybody ever sees anything. So
Yep,
this was
stand
that
behind it.
Hero Forge. I don't know if I can get it in focus. But that
Yeah.
was the Kickstarter for people have heard me talk about it probably, but the Hero Forge color that they did for color printing. And I thought it was pretty cool, but I just think the price point's completely like this little guy was, I think, almost like $40.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
like he would have been retail. I don't, because as part of the Kickstarter, it wasn't that bad because they were trying to launch it. But I think when I went through it, the price tag on that thing would have been like I think it was high 30s to $40 for him, and I didn't even give him all the bells and whistles. And so, I think again, it's the use case. Like if it's a person, people who never pick up a paintbrush, never, whatever, and just then maybe it's worth it. How much is your time worth, right?
Hmm.
For that, but I think
Is
if
the
you
color
paint it-
good? I can't quite see in the camera.
it's muted. It's clean. It's very clean, but it's kind of muted. I don't know if I can get him. I don't know if I can ever get him on the.
and it's kind of blocky, right? I don't know a better way to say it, but it's
Yeah,
not like
I mean,
there's gradients to the color. It's just
right. It's very. I mean, it's clean and got good lines, but it doesn't have real subtle shading to it. It's very
They needed to throw some contrast paints over it or something.
yeah right. If you kind of if you shade it, dip it in a shade, and then it would be fine.
That's awesome.
All right. So 3D printing, I'm never gonna do it. But Troy, when are you getting your 5th printer?
I think it just shipped. I think the Creality just told me that it shipped. So I'll probably get it in a month or 2.
what does
There won't
Sherry?
be 5. There'll be 3. Yeah, actually.
Unreal. Yeah. What does
Focus
Sherry
your
think
camera,
about
your
your 3D printer?
I don't. They just sit in the basement and they don't do too bad. I mean, I'm just slowly. I don't know if I'll keep all 3. Like I may retire one of my old Ender 3 or rebuild it or something. Because what's nice is my second one.
Man.
My second one is actually it's like an Ender 5, and it's like silent compared to my Ender 3. It's absolutely silent, and so that actually makes Sherry happier because you can't. Because there are times when the other one's going, and if it's totally quiet in the house and you're trying to sleep, and there, all of a sudden you can hear the going of it printing away if it's going overnight.
All right, so we got some donations here came while I was noshing on some tacos.
Sweet.
And $5 from PJ, Sharp Paul, King of Heretics with some gallows humor there, $30. Thank you so much for that donation. Zach Lambie, $80. Thank you. Daka Dez, $5. Thank you. Rocco, your boy, $10. Oh, expletive deleted. Yeah. $5 from the Mortal Realms, your ally through the Realm Gate. $10 from Heretics again. This is Nurgle Kit is unfortunately that's already been done, my friend. We're on to $250 mini stomp gift card. Ooh, Mega Boss Mike, thank you so much for that. That Twitch Prime sub. All right, so we got this like Vince made a game type. Are you did you have any tangents to finish up? I was listening on my phone.
I think we're good
through the Twitch app. Okay.
I have one thing I'd like to talk about really quick first, if we
Okay.
could.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because I think it's a diverse community, but the 4 of you all have children, and I wondered what you actively do to educate your children on this topic.
On mental health.
Mental health, yeah.
We talk about our feelings. Like really is like the big thing. Is like, well, how did that make you feel? And like, well, how do you feel right now? And what's really funny is because like Colin will be like, he'll throw, this is that their tiny mirrors thing. He'll be like, I'm just not having a good day. He just like says that, where it's like, because I haven't properly cracked the code. Andrew Yells was in here with some really good advice earlier because he teaches children as a as a profession. He's a Montessori teacher. I think it's Montessori. Could be one of
Yep.
the other ones around it. So he teaches as a vocation, and he had some really good language there that was like, um, like, okay, cool, like I need to work on that. Like I need to do this because it's really just about we talk about our feelings as real things and validate them. You know, like would you like your feelings got hurt. Oh well, like how does that feel when someone's well, I don't feel really good. I don't feel like doing anything today. And I'm like, well, like, what do we do then? Do you tell people how that makes you feel? Do you? And it's interesting because we give all this advice to children as like we're raising them. We never followed ourselves. Right?
Yeah.
I'll let someone else have the field.
So there's a book called The Color Monster that kind of talks about feelings, and it's kind of for younger kids, right? So Ty and I don't know if it was last Gen Con or the Gen Con before, and we talked about this on one of our episodes, but they had a game actually made based on the book, and so you go to like different spaces and you talk about what makes you sad, what makes you happy, what makes all these different emotions, angry, and then there's kind of a win mechanic built around it. But yeah, basically it's moving around and then talking about your feelings in kind of a game style, which I think is really cool. And it kind of fits this discussion, right? Because we're all gamers. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
What I would add on the color monster is the monster doesn't understand feelings. He doesn't know what they are. So you
Right.
have to correlate a color and a feeling to an event, so you have to find something for the color monster to identify what that is. And it is a unique book and game. I mean, talking with kids about mental health, we use a term, and I think it's from a TV show about brain percentages and like using your brain percentages. And Landon, my son, he's 8, and there's some attention deficit and there's some sensory stuff that we've been working with him, and it's getting him to understand what he's feeling, slow down, think about it, talk about it before reacting, and how that's an important mental health too, is just that thinking, kind of your feelings are your hand, and if you don't stop and think and keep them there, they're all over the place. So it's that just taking your brain and kind of putting it over the feelings, process it, talk about it. So every day we talk about rose, bud, and thorn. What was a thorn today? What gave you trouble? What was a bud? What's something you're going to work on for tomorrow? And what was a rose? What was a good event that happened today? And it's an everyday activity to talk about and to get comfortable with talking about how you're processing and how you're thinking about things.
That's really really good language. The kids are really great at like abstract thinking in abstracts. They're so good at it. It's like they're just wired for it. I think structure is another big thing. It's part of just mental health in general. Is like giving yourself like something to structure around, right? Dinner is when we don't do the buds and thorns, but dinner is when like, oh, how was your day today? And just talking openly about feelings, and feelings aren't like a direct proxy for like mental health, but just that getting the kids to like process just basic like the cursory, like the feelings part, and how like there are these things that you don't see but that they affect you, and then being able to then like develop that as they get a bigger vocabulary for like depression, right? Like, and some of the other stuff. Like I shared a story about how like my mom was bipolar. By proxy, compared to her, I'm I was really worried about. I compared myself to her all growing up. So worried about turning into her and being like her. And but I didn't know what was happening. I had no idea. And I don't want my kids to have that same thing when they look at dad who can't sleep at night. And, I explain to them, like, hey, daddy can't sleep because he's got a mental health issue. And I don't say the word trauma, but I didn't sleep really good when I was a kid, so I don't sleep very good as an adult. And, the reality of that is, like, when you have an abusive family and, like, any day someone's just going to bust in and just starts wailing on you or whatever. Speaking of people who should be asleep, hello, Lily.
Perfect timing on the
yeah.
visit from the kiddo.
Maybe use the potty. Go use the potty, okay?
Okay, I'll be right back then.
You must hug. And the other thing is, like, I think we've had, like, a change in the dynamics, like open affection for kids. I think you're kind of avoiding some of those things that, like, make you bury those things that develop into mental health disorders, right? Like, but yeah, the next milestones are awaiting approval. Oh yeah, I got to do that. The next set, let's see. Well, I talked a bunch. I think, Troy, you're the only one who hasn't kind of weighed in on this.
So I mean, I have a daughter, Sarah, who's 7, and we adopted her, so that creates some new dynamics in that respect. It's interesting as you talked about trauma, because I think that's one thing that my wife has done a lot of research and trying to look at, because there's a lot of different forms of trauma. I think that now people realize that, some of it, like, even, adoption causes some trauma for the kid that they have to overcome in some respects. And there are all kinds of different things that we find out affect us maybe later in life, that we don't realize that these events and situations, how they contribute to, to our mental health in either current or in future forms. So, I mean, and Sarah, when she went to kindergarten, she had all kinds of behavioral issues with that. And so we had to deal with all kinds of things. But a lot of it was trying to separate also the situation from the kid, because she's unique. And we're very happy that as we were able to change her situation, that she started Montessori school this year, and just as a different kid, like a different. And part of that is, again, the teachers, amazing. Not that the teachers in her public school were bad or anything, but I think it's just the structure and the different environment and what she can do now. So it's kind of night and day from that. And so, again, it's a work in progress, and we always want to make. I think that's kids always are, right? Going forward, as we continue to help them, point them in the right direction, but they're also their own people, right? That's the fun part.
Sure. Yeah, we kind of do what Ty was talking about. What made your day good, what made your day bad, kind of at the end of the night. Just kind of talking through that kind of stuff, and we've done that since the kids were super little, and it kind of makes them stop and think about their day. What we always talk about: what did you learn? What was good? What was bad? That kind of thing. And you could tell their little gears are cranking. They're thinking about, what did I learn today? What was bad? What was good? And they can kind of vocalize that, and I think that helps. I don't know. It helps them digest their day a little bit and kind of express those feelings, and we can kind of talk through some things if they're frustrated with something still, or if they had a really great experience. We can maybe do that again or whatever. So,
Right.
Yeah, I think talking to kids about their feelings is important, because then hopefully we can kind of learn from those things, right?
Right, and you don't keep it, like, you're teaching, like, healthy behaviors, that the mind is, take care of your mind too, right? Like, take care of, right? We eat healthy, we try to eat healthy, we try to work, we try to do all these, we try to have healthier behaviors, and having healthier mental behaviors, that's part of mental health. It's not just about disorders and depression and, anxiety. Part of mental health is your general maintenance. You don't need to have a diagnosed disorder to have a bad mental health day, right? Like that. That's a reality
Absolutely.
we've all come to grips with right now. I think is like, yep, yeah. There's just like there's the bone tithe. There's a mental health tax on everybody right now with the COVID.
Yeah, absolutely.
You must hug the next milestone.
Yeah.
I approve the 5,500 milestone. the 6K. I want to make sure Trunzo's on board with that. Oh. Okay. Okay. 6K is all right. 6K confirmed. Oh. All right then. So new milestones.
Sweet.
Whew, a lot of stream left to go.
A lot of donations left to
Oh,
get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, I just saw a new one roll in. I see people continuing to throw money in. I'd like to remind everyone that at $4,500, Bryce paints a mounted Nagash. We will leave it at that.
Mounted. Yeah, I didn't have the Twitch app on when you're talking about Bojack Horseman Nagash. Yeah. Like Kevin Fleming comes in with 25. Keep it up, he says. Thank you. Gramps at Nova $5. And Anton Mullum with $5. So thank you for all those donations. Giddy up, says Frank. Yeah. So since I guess it may probably an appropriate time, we added two new milestones. Muppets Evolved, and first off, let's hit this milestone. Come on, you don't want me painting Nagash. We want Bryce painting.
No, we don't.
You don't want me painting Nagash. And not because I'm a bad painter, but then when will I make rantcasts? Right? Like you want.
Well, the best part is there's another Nagash that is waiting to be painted by Bryce as like practice for Bojack Horse Nagash.
Corgis. He's over there.
Nice.
Yeah.
You can see him.
So when that
Does he
one
have
gets
those next to
painted,
him?
Yeah,
There's Marcus next to him. Yeah.
nice.
Sorry.
I like where your head's at.
it'll be double the fun. Now, could we take recommendations on what color horse flesh? Because I see it kind of being like the corpse mare. What is the endless spell from the flesh eaters? The corpse mare stampede or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I see it being like a falling apart like zombie horse that is the body, and then the torso and up is Nagash.
Okay, I had that
I
right
don't know.
behind me. I was gonna find it.
Great, like grayish rotting flesh, or
Yeah, like really pallid looking. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm for that. I can get behind that.
So we want like a zombie horse, or we want like a spectral horse?
Ooh.
I'd like a spectral horse. I see. I'm envisioning a spectral horse.
How about both?
Like it's physical, like sort of evaporating to the spectral.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
With blood and flesh dripping.
No.
off.
No, Possum just solved it. It is a corgi, like Nagash.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
That I can get on board with.
Well, I mean, it's
Earlier-
the pun doesn't work if it's not a horse, though, which is unfortunate.
Earlier tonight, I did say I'm all ideas and like zero execution, and that comes through a lot in our podcast. I tend to say a lot and not do any of the editing, any of the hosting, any of the show noting, anything. I say things and then hope they make it so.
Nightic says half is spectral, half is zombie. Best of both worlds. Yeah, yeah, they know what's up. See, actually, don't downplay the ideas role. They're when you write or when you create something, there's two struggles: having an idea, having the next idea, right? Like, so you can have an idea, but once you've used that, you need to have the next idea, and that is a talent, having the next idea. The other one is doing the thing. So if you've got, it sounds like you just got a healthy relationship with your crew here. Somebody's got the idea and the next idea, and then someone does the thing. I mean, that's perfect. You've like a veritable chimera of talent.
Well, it is. You know what I will say about having four of us now. Bryce started as like a one-time guest and then an intern and then fourth chair. But having the group of people to help, like what you do, Andrew, it's impressive, man. When you have this kind of one-man rant cast, you have guests, yes, but like there's there's a lot to be said for kind of one man band, and you do a lot with that. And this, this stream, it's been cool to see kind of the community coming together. But you're the driving force. So before I run out of time, I don't know that I had said thank you, but this is, Bryce kind of shared a story. We all have people, moments for ourselves, conversations we have, with those in the community. And I remember, NashCon last year, sitting around talking with you until God knows what time in the morning with Bryce and my brother, and just sharing stories and how this hits really close to home and it's important to talk about. So I wanted to say, before we run out of time, thank you, before we evolve Muppets or do anything else, because this was awesome to see, and it's even more awesome to see 4387. That's a number that just blows me away. So thank you, thanks to the chat gang, thanks to everyone. It's really cool to be here and be a part of it.
Yeah, that was really the dry run for this, right? Like staying up till like 4 a.m. or something like that at NashCon. Thank you. No, thank you all for being on. Speaking of like having an idea but not certain the execution, like welcome to 27-hour stream where I had an idea for an awesome thing. And then, like, do you have topics for your guests? Fuck. I thought they would just come on and we would talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's no one, and no one does it all by themselves. The strongest, selfest made human had help, and we forget that in our awesome sort of convenient narratives. I didn't get to Rantcast, and I didn't get to this stream. Like it's a microcosm. Everything I've ever succeeded at, I've had help, I've had support. That's what community is, We talk about it takes a village to raise a child. 4 of us have kids. It takes a village to take care of each other. like once you grow up.
So true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what Age of Sigmar is it's a community. It's a smaller one. But like we take care of each other and we welcome folks in, and that's what makes it special. That's why it's been in seriousness good for my mental health. Having goals from doing Rantcast every week, making this discourse that I have with chat gang who are now self-aware and throwing their weight around. Like they become self-aware, and very soon like they just like consume the show, and then like you just see me get drowned out, and then like suddenly it's just like I am Legion. Yeah, no, I yeah, thanks for the heartfelt thank you. So wow, go ahead. Someone got a message.
What may be useful is there had been a request from the chat earlier about 2 more scenes from the room, and I would be remiss if I didn't honor chat gang and attempt to bring those home, because I think one is the flower shop, which is actually not within the script of the movie, but I did find a transcript of the scene online.
Why are you doing this to people? Nobody wants
I
this.
asked for it.
So I
One
did think
person's
it would be
excited,
relevant.
Franks.
Yeah.
I
can't get ready for this.
I don't know where to put the part of the script. So first we're going to do a rooftop scene, which is actually scene 6 between Johnny and Mark. It's pretty long, so do you have that open still?
I'm
Johnny?
I'm going down here. So
It's scene 6. It's page 22 of the PDF. And that is
Okay. Yep.
the rooftop. It's about 3 pages, so it should run about 3 minutes. And I think we got time for it, and then we could do the flower shops like 5 lines. So
Page 22.
are we just each going to do our own rendition of the flower shop? Is that-
I think we should.
Page
All right,
22.
fine. I'm ready.
So it's just Johnny. It's just Johnny and Mark
Wow.
on the rooftop. So this will be very dramatic between Bryce's Johnny and my Mark.
I gotta get set up so I can see Ty's face to really get this right.
I'm not drunk enough for this.
War cry. Drink up.
Yeah,
War cry.
War cry. OBR. There you go. Both of the drinking games have been satisfied now. I paid good money for this. Bring it home.
Yeah.
I
Frank?
Am
love
I
how.
Mark? I can't remember.
All right,
Am I Johnny or Mark?
You are Johnny.
you're
Okay,
Johnny.
okay.
I am Mark.
All right. So
And
and once
Andrew is
again,
the
I'm the
narrator.
narrator. All right, here we go. Johnny. Johnny storms onto the roof with a water bottle and looks confused and lost. He slams the door behind him.
I did not hit her. No, I skipped a line. Oh, I
No,
didn't.
No.
It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. Why would Lisa say that? I would never do that.
Johnny throws
I did not hit her.
Johnny throws the bottle of water to the ground.
Yes, good throw.
I did
John-
not hit her.
Johnny picks up a football from the floor and tosses it in the air.
Oh, hi, Mark. What's up with you?
Not much. I'm just sitting up here thinking about life. I wonder if girls like to cheat like guys do.
What makes you say that?
Mark stands up and Johnny tosses the ball to him.
Well, I'm just thinking, you know.
They continue to toss the ball while they are talking.
I don't have to worry about that because Lisa's loyal to me.
You never know. People are very strange these days. I used to know a girl who had a dozen guys. One of them found out about it, beat her up, and she ended up in a hospital.
What a story!
You can say that again.
Johnny gets up and walks over to Mark and stands next to Mark.
I'm so lucky I have you as my best friend, and I love Lisa so much.
Yeah, man, you are lucky.
Mark is speaking slowly in a low voice.
Very lucky.
You should have a girl, Mark.
Mark walks away from Johnny and carefully positions himself so he is standing in the exact middle of the roof.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe I have one already. I don't know yet.
Well, what happened to that girl? Remember Betty? That's her name, isn't it? Betty?
Yeah,
Pause.
yeah, we don't see each other anymore. Besides, she wasn't any good in bed. She was beautiful, but we had too many arguments.
That's too bad. My lease is great when I can get it in.
Not breaking his gaze from Johnny, Mark slowly backs away from the middle of the roof and starts feeling for his chair with his hand behind him. When he finds it, he sits down.
I just can't figure women out. Sometimes they're smart, sometimes they're dumb. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Sometimes they're nice, sometimes they're not nice. They're evil, seductive, and hostile.
Johnny walks over to Mark.
Seems like you're an expert on this.
Johnny sits down next to Mark. You're laughing bitterly, Mark.
No, I'm definitely not an expert.
Bitterer. I don't know.
What's bothering you, Mark?
Mark stands up and shouts.
Nothing, man. Forget it.
Johnny gets up and goes after Mark.
Is it some secret, Mark? Why won't you tell me? We're like brothers. We shouldn't have secrets.
No, forget it. I'll talk to you later.
Mark goes through the door. Johnny goes and lies face down on the bench, clutching the football tightly at his side. End scene. What? Such what? There's suddenly a football?
Well done.
Why did we go to the roof?
Oh.
Thank
Why
you.
were we both there?
Oh.
Exact center
God,
of
and
the roof. Exact center. Bitterly. Yeah.
Bitterly.
I love that Relian comes in and says, WTF did I just come back to?
This is what narrative players look like, Brad.
Yeah.
Possum, the internet in its truest form. The best actors in all
And
of
I
Sigmar.
was the Lisa, right? I was the Lisa.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So
Oh,
I don't
boy.
have
Yeah.
this flower scene. Where's the flower scene?
Type
So
it.
so I found a transcript of it. I'll put it in general.
Okay.
Just so it's there. And I'm sorry,
Notice that the
everyone.
viewers went up
Um,
since we started doing this.
Yeah.
We've
That's
gained
no
5
surprise.
viewers since we
That's-
started. So
Oh, I love this. It's this transcript we have here. All right. I copy pasted it so I can.
so does Mr. Meth play shopkeeper in the
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Meth has to play shopkeeper in this.
Okay. Okay. All
I'll
right.
go first since I'm the true Johnny.
Okay.
Can you set the scene?
It's a flower shop day.
Hi.
Can I help you?
Yeah. Can I have a dozen red roses, please?
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you. Here you go.
That's me. How much is it?
It'll be $18.
Ah, here you go. Keep the change. Hi, doggy.
You're my favorite customer.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cutscene.
End
Like
scene.
just amazing.
End scene. Beautiful.
And we're up to 4422. People donated. This is fantastic.
Hot garbage cells. Hot garbage cells.
B Lever has donated $35. Keep the stream. Keep up the stream, guys. What?
7K goal is a live reenacting of this
Yeah,
stage, on stage.
Yeah, we do a stage show. Oh gosh. Oh, okay. Do it again. But I want you to really speak over each other's lines, like you're in a race.
Oh,
to
this is
finish your
beautiful.
Oh, like all at the same time?
line. Okay, yeah. So like, I'll be the shopkeeper, and then you all do you're all collectively the Johnny. Okay. So.
Oh boy.
Boy.
So scene, flower shop, day.
Hi.
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 Can I help
Hi.
you?
Yeah. Can
Yeah,
I get a
yeah,
roses,
can I get
please?
a
Can I get a dozen red roses, please?
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you. Pause. Here you go.
That's
That's
me.
me.
That's me.
Me.
How much is it?
How much is it?
It'll be $18.
Here
Here
you
you
go.
go.
Here you go.
Keep the change.
Keep
Hi,
the
doggy.
change, you filthy
Doggy.
animal.
Hi, doggy.
You're my favorite customer.
Oh, thanks a
Thanks a
lot.
Bye.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, thank you for that. The speed run.
I think we found episode 48, guys.
Amazing.
It is
Yeah, we'll just
just,
read.
we're going to have Andrew on to be our narrator, and we're going to do a table read of the room in its entirety
There you go.
Yeah.
from the
Sign-
top.
About 2
Sign me
hours.
on. Sign me on.
2
So-
hours.
I'm on board. Let's
Yep.
go. Seven.
What's
Never get gold table read.
Oh my gosh. So we're
And we will see if we can kill our downloads entirely in like one episode.
oh
That's funny.
man.
So this was the only scene I actually ever saw of the movie when I was doing my
You saw that
limited
scene?
research. I had saw this scene. Yeah, the flower shop scene. It's on YouTube somewhere. I saw it.
It's so awkward.
I'm totally
yeah.
watching this movie tomorrow morning. I don't know how I'm gonna find it, but
It's
it's happening.
I mean, this movie's caught people's. I mean, it's the new Rocky Horror Picture Show, right? Like, it's the, and I'm not sure if it's the greatest piece of performance art since Andy Kaufman, or not, because the
Tonight?
what's that?
Tonight's
Tonight it was. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
this
That's-
one right here. Yeah, yes, this. No,
Yeah.
I meant the room because like the director writer gentleman, it starts with a W. I can't remember his last name. he's just always in character. Like I think it's got to be a character piece. Like he's just in character, and he just made this Dadaist piece of crap on purpose. But it is the last 5 minutes of the Playin' and Slayin' show block. That means you have 5 minutes to get in your donations for that $250. Tommy Wiseau, that's right. It's not, and he's not. Okay. All right, fine. I just maybe last 5 minutes to get in your donations. The Basement of Death crew here, they're offering up a $250 mini stomp gift card. Bryce said he'll handle if it has to go international for shipping. So everyone feel free to donate. $5 gets you a chance at $250, and it's for a great cause.
It'd be cool to see it get to 4,500, so I know I have to paint it live in person.
Yeah, and then
It's only $70.
No.
Like I want to get it there, but I can't win. I might. Come on, chat gang. Somebody's
Come
got
on,
this.
boys.
$68.
Is it 68 or 78?
We got 4 minutes. That's
68.
easy.
44, 32, 68.
Math is hard.
Vince Milley donates $10. Says, "Oh hi, Mark."
Yep.
I barely made it through Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I was the art nerd, not in art school, but I was writer, right? Which is we're adjacent to art. It's an art. It's a craft. Went to Rocky Horror Picture Show at UW Eau Claire. So the first week they had the student film screening for that first week to help the freshmen settle in. And they did Rocky Horror Picture Show, the whole thing where you show up with toilet paper, every time they say the one character's name, slut, and what is it, dickhead or whatever. It's a whole thing. And I just felt like I was going crazy. Like I sat there watching it and I'm like, this is what insanity feels like. I haven't experienced that exact emotion until I heard all four of you reading the lines just then.
It was a very like Cthulhu-esque moment where the world was breaking and I heard it and I was like, this is not good. Like we have come from beyond the stars to end worlds. That's what I felt right there.
Yeah, I think Andrew, you got to cut those scenes and post just the video of those.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do two separate things because people just requested that I throw these all up, so they're going to be releasing their little 2-hour blocks. But I'm going to do a super cut of just the room.
Yeah.
I think that's what is needed. Mega Nosh dropping $10. Room has some nice R-rated boobage at least, if you into that sort of
Gosh,
thing. It's like
he didn't follow through.
2.5 hours of awkward though. Anonymous, $5.
Yeah, on the
Love
boobage.
Jacob.
Boobage?
Come on, get there. 2 minutes. Let's go, chat gang.
said that there's serious boobage. How about if Josh shows boobage, someone gives a $50 donation?
No. You'll get me in trouble with Twitch. No. No shirtless streams. They used to, one of the donation incentives, one of the big go-tos for a lot of the early speedrunners Twitch was built on the speedrunning, the Justin TV speedrunning kind of back. One of the big incentives that would always be the go-to was shirtless speedrun. Caleb Hart, a Mega Man streamer, they got rid of that. Come on.
So Jacob's wondering what happens if we hit it. It's Jacob has to donate his game.
There it is.
Underwear.
There we go. Now we're cooking with gas.
There.
Everyone bringing in.
Cow.
Oh, there it is. Right under the wire too.
Holy cow!
Nice.
I love that I got a donation from Nagash Hole, and he's correcting my pronunciation ahead of time. $25 from Nagash Hole says Nagash Hole. The Danner 6969 B Rap, thank you for that. Taya, not interested in the gift card obviously, but getting it to 45. Ben Weiss 60. Jacob back with 5. Great stream, dudes. Adrian 46 and 2, right on. Tool fan $5, and Vanilla Sauce $5. Now we are in the 10.
Since that might be my brother. So
Okay.
Hey,
Right on.
man.
Metal.
Hey, thank you, chat gang. Thanks, Andrew. This has been awesome, man.
Thank you, everyone.
Keep it rolling.
Yeah, thank you guys.
awesome.
Bringing in the BC, we're bringing Garrett, Jeremy, and Alex G from the West Coast in next. So this finishes up the Wisco block. Thanks for finishing strong, Wisconsin. Showing the world what we got. Show us what you got. The best room readings. Yeah. I'll go ahead and I'll bring them in. You guys are free to peace out.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you again so much.
Thanks,
I
Andrew.
can't thank you enough. And
I'll put a corgi on camera.
Love you, buddy.
Corgi, Corgo,
2 corgis on camera. This one's gonna be pissed that I woke him up, but there's the baby corgi.
dual wielding corgis.
There's the baby who's mad, and here's the grown up who's gonna be even more mad because he's so big.
Oh, adorable! I want another corgi. I am jealous of this corgi. I wonder if someone will take a trade 1 Weimaraner for 2 corgis, and then I could have 3 corgis. Anyone, if you looking to trade 1 really dumb Weimaraner, I've never met a dumber dog in my life. But you're welcome to him if you have 2 corgis. No, I'd never do that. Doggos are family. Come on. Bod Corgi Cam. That's right.
Nice.
All right, guys. I'm gonna bring them.
All right,
Bring them
see ya.
in.
Yeah, you guys.
Bye, chat gang.
Fair.
Later, man.